Okay, I'm gonna tell you a story about a walk that I done a few years ago. Alright, well, it's good luck of years ago. It was with my friend. We had walked, I would say, maybe 5 mile, and I thought it was a good idea to stretch. Now, mind you, I haven't stretched really ever before that, I don't know why I thought it was a good idea to do it then. So I figured, you know what, I'll touch my toes. And without thinking, I sprung down really fast to touch my toes, and I felt everything tear at the back of my legs, like my calves and just the top of behind my knees. The tear I felt was like, oh, sugar. So I put my hands on my knees, tried to get back up straight, and I knew I'd done some damage. So I proceeded to continue on our walk. Now, bear in mind, my stride before that would have been maybe a foot and a half, or maybe just your average stride, really. But when I got back up after my not so great idea to stretch, I was barely getting my heel past my toes on each stride. I was in agony. I felt like I tore every muscle in both legs, and I really, really was not feeling this walk after that. So, about 10 mile more down the road, we came to a town called Bundoran, and there was this. We went to the cinema in the town. The cinema, I think Iron Man was on at the time. Iron Man 2. It's a while ago. So we went to Iron Man 2, and then sorry, I have Crohn's at the moment. Iron Man 2 was on, and after the film was over, I went to get up with the seat, and I realized, oh sugar, my legs aren't working. I can't actually stand. I had to twist my torso around, lift myself up out of the seat onto my legs, and I just couldn't. I could not get them to work. And for some stupid reason, we went up to the back of the cinema, up to the back seats, up the steps. And I thought, how the hell am I going to get down the steps? So I held on to the railing. Honestly, like I was completely crippled. All of the weight was in my arms trying to go down the stairs. And so I eventually got down to the bottom of the stairs, basically just kicking my feet down to get down to the stairs. And then I was taking millimeter steps. And none of this is a joke, it's really. And I was taking millimeter steps at a time. So then when I got to the bottom of the step, we headed out the door of the cinema, and we continued. At this stage, it was late. I think it was already dark outside at this stage, because we left on the walk. It was pretty much evening time, so it was right. We took off fairly late, and I slowed us down a lot by doing that stretch. And yeah, so we decided just to continue on our walk. So we walked until we got to the next village, and at that point, my friend was also starting to feel the pain, and yeah. So after that, we thought we'll just try and go another bit. So we went to another. We managed to walk to another village, and then we thought, that's it. We're going to try and lie down and get some sleep. So we lay down by W.B. Yeats's place where his grave is, and we lay down and just, we're actually not far off the graveyard. It's the car park beside the graveyard there. We lay down there, and then I was lying on the ground and thinking, this ground is absolutely freezing cold concrete. It's probably going to give us hypothermia because we're not dressed for it. We only had light tops on us, and I thought, no, this is not good. So I said, all right, we'll get up and we'll start to try and move again. So we got up and we started walking, and we made it to another town called Rathcormac, I think it was. And we sat there for a while, and we tried some because we were going to trying some and get a lift home. And we were thumbing and no, nobody would give us a lift. And this time it was starting to get bright. Actually, it was starting to get bright when we when we were going to go to sleep in the place before, but it wasn't really sun up, it was just starting to get bright. But in this next time we managed to walk to, the sun was starting to rise. And as I was sitting on the wall waiting and my friend tried the sun, I could feel the sun coming over the top of the hill and just hit me in the face, and I could feel the warmth of it, and I thought, we're going to finish off the walk. So I hobbled to my feet. I walked to the road and I said, let's keep going. So we continued on our walk, and eventually 45 miles later we got to our destination, and I was quite stoked, to be honest. I actually don't know how I was able to do it, but I was holding him up the whole time because my legs had been tore. But at the very end, he wasn't really. He was behind me, and I was actually the first one to get to our destination, which was the bus stop, so we could get a lift back home. And yeah, it was a pretty epic walk. We walked all through the day and right through the night till the next morning. But yeah, that was quite a walk. I had so many more adventures since then. Some good, some not so good. Yeah, but Walter's story is pretty impressive, though. It definitely is. And I'm glad his story's able to help people. But yeah, I guess the point of my story is I definitely do understand how his legs felt. Oh, moral of the story, kids: don't stretch in the middle of a walk. It doesn't benefit you at all. Okay, peace out.